The price of human being depends on his or her color, unfortunately. Unfortunately. European child killed, American child killed, that's a big headline. 100 kids killed in Africa. Even your BBC will not mention it. So
I should say that the
life.
BBC has, in fact, been at the forefront in coverage of stories in the conflict since the war began. And just recently, we did a story on the suffering of children in Sudan. UNICEF particularly says that Sudan has the world's largest child displacement crisis currently. As someone who's deeply invested in Sudan, how do you process this suffering?
It's terrible. To be honest, I cannot even process it because that was once a beautiful country with nice people, suddenly turned into hell. And is there proper education for this kid going on now? Famine is setting in, cholera is setting in. It is just unimaginable disaster. And this, we reflect in ourselves, our own people, the crazy generals. And this is infighting just for power. What for? You know, everybody have a finger in Sudan, from Turkey to Iran to Emirates to Saudi Arabia to Egypt, which is just ridiculous. And that impede any concerted effort to deal with this.
We know there have been initiatives like the Jeddah talks. Do you believe that they would be able to broker peace between these two sides?
Well, we have seen situations where some countries like Qatar, Qatar tried to work with the Palestinians and the Israelis, and or work with Taliban and America. So sometimes, yes, sometimes they can be successful. It is possible if there is a concerted effort.
Are you worried that the longer the conflict drags on, the more likely Sudan is going to fragment even further?
It happened already. It is there. Sudan has been destroyed. This is a fact. And that gonna become a major problem, not only for Sudan, for all our neighboring countries. Once you end up with all these ungovernable spaces, all this amount of arms around, all these militias, then who's safe? Kenya is not going to be safe. Uganda is not being safe. Nobody's going to be safe. Egypt will not be safe. Where these arms come from? It's not manufactured in Sudan. We don't have military equipment or industrial base in Sudan. We don't have. Where all these weapons come from? Where all these drones and rockets and where is coming from? Of course, coming from outside Sudan. Your Security Council unable to make resolutions to take it because the Russian vetoed the resolution last October. We have a Security Council which cannot function because of this stupid system of veto. You have 5 guys sitting in Security Council, everyone carrying a red card, and everyone has a client state, and it's losing credibility, it's losing, and doesn't help anymore. So, and that's one of the signs of the collapse of the world order.
Last year, you warned about the rise of military rule and democracy, in essence, backsliding, especially in the Sahel region. Do you see this authoritarian trend deepening?
Any military coup has some reasons behind it, or most of them. They have some reason behind, which is essentially the failure of the civilian government, assuming it was civilian government, because sometimes they have coup against coups. But it's this backsliding for democracy because of the failure of, what is governance? Governance is about delivering the basic service for people, improving the lives of people, that's all. And if governments fail to do that, then coups will take place. Can you find one example of a military-ruled country which achieved anything or moved 1 inch forward? None.